welcome to the Bucket List Show. I'm Tammy Crandell with Journa Venture Travel and Tours and Barron Real Estate, and I'm joined by my co-host, Rebecca Danise, who's also with Barron Real Estate. And part of our goal in having this show out here for you is to provide a service that helps you fill your bucket so you can live your most abundant life. And how do we do that? It varies for a lot of people. Yep. And, we do that by bringing excellent guests on the show, different topics that will affect you either directly, indirectly, in the form of cost to you sometimes. Mm-hmm. So we have brought back Calvin. I know that you guys, if you've been watching us on a regular basis, Calvin's been a steady for us here with Visita Home Inspection Services. And he has brought a guest with him today. We're so happy to have you with us, Brian. Thank you for joining us. And he is with Wind Mitigation Retrofit LLC. So, would you like to introduce us as to how you and Brian became associated with one another?
Yeah, okay. So me and Brian probably had met quite a few years ago. I'm not quite sure because we, like I said, it's been quite a few years and stuff. So Brian reached out to me and was talking about doing the hurricane clips and offering the service of things that we oftentimes find in the property that's not there.
Okay.
And so Brian is kind of like the guy that do the work for those things that we don't can't give credit for.
Okay.
And so because it's not there, and that would be like the third nail, having no straps, no clips, none of that stuff. And so we kind of going to start partnering with Brian so that when those customers that we run across don't have those things, Brian can come in.
That is just such a shock to me. So that's really a thing, huh?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That happens where people maybe have bought a home that's been around for a while,
right,
or just wasn't built proper.
Yep.
How does that happen?
The big issue is they changed the Florida Builder Code back in 2003. So any home built after 2003 typically has roof-to-wall attachments, also known as hurricane straps or hurricane clips, and they'll be up to code. But anything built before 2003 was built underneath the old Florida Home Builder Code.
Oh, okay.
Homes built under the old Florida Builder Code were typically only installed with a metal connector with 2 nails in every strap. With the new code requiring 3 nails, a lot of our homeowners find themselves not up to code, and the insurance companies take advantage of that and don't give them the proper credits and discounts that they should receive for the home.
Oh, I didn't even realize that. I'm from Connecticut, so I didn't realize that was a thing. But honestly, 2003, it's not an old inventory.
It's not, and there's neighborhoods full of homes built from the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, early
So I'm
90s.
surprised that wasn't done sooner with the history of, Florida and hurricanes.
Well, and those codes are updated periodically too, yes?
They are. What happened was when Hurricane Andrew went through in 92, there was a lot of devastation, and they were putting connectors in homes out of good practice before then, and the ones that had them did better than the ones that didn't. So they actually made a code after Hurricane Andrew for a connector with 2 nails following the 1994. Later in 2003, that was updated from 2 nails to 3 nails. So you'll often find homes with these connectors that just don't have the right amount of nail count in order to qualify.
Can that be fixed?
That can be
after the
corrected.
fact?
That can be corrected through the attic most times. If not, we can also do the soffit, or we can do it when you're getting a new roof as well.
Oh, very
Interesting.
good, very good. So then the appropriate time to bring in a partner like Brian, when does that really occur, Calvin?
When we go out and we discover that the customers don't have it, or if we know that the home is built prior to 2003, then we pretty much have that expectation that it might not meet the code, because a lot of times builders and stuff would only meet or bill just the basic requirements at that particular time. Also, what we do find properties built after 2003 with the straps and the spacing of the straps. That's an issue. So sometimes you have a house that's built with the code 3 nails, but then the strap is too far away from the truss itself, and that also will hurt your discount.
Correct. As a contractor, I've seen that often where they set the straps across the top of the wall. When they pour the concrete to make it a solid concrete beam, the concrete will shift the strap a little bit. They come to place the trusses have to go where they're supposed to go, and the strap is a little bit away, so they end up bending the strap. The truss can lift back up to the strap. So if there's more than a half-inch gap where the strap connects to each truss, that strap doesn't qualify. It actually.
So then it ruins the whole integrity of it. It's like putting a solar panel in the wrong spot.
There you go. There you go. Put it in this.
When does the wind mitigation happen when someone calls you for a home inspection, like what's the process
Right.
now?
Okay. So basically, the homeowner would call me for the home inspection, or wind mitigation report, and I go up and edit and I take the photos. If I see anything where it disqualifies for the credit, where they might have felt as though they had it, then that's where I would call Brian in, and Brian would come out and then bring it up to code. He would give it, first give the homeowner a cost estimate, and then he would bring it up to code, based on that estimate.
This not only adds value and security to the home, but it also can often give homeowners a huge savings off their insurance.
Right.
By simply adding this third nail, I've had customers who have saved thousands off their policy.
That's
We'll take them from
amazing.
$5,000 down to $3,000. I've had people go from $6,000 down to $2,500.
So
Wow.
everyone should be doing a wind mitigation.
Right.
Okay.
And how
Absolutely.
often should they be doing a wind mitigation, do you think?
Well,
Well,
go ahead.
Every 5 years,
Okay.
you have to get a wind mitigation report. The state of Florida has set forth a uniform wind mitigation report
Okay, so
form.
it's like
It's
a
a
termite
standard
form,
form.
yeah.
It's only good for 5 years. Even if your home
Okay.
was just built this year, 2023, in 5 years from now, you're gonna have to get a new wind mitigation report.
Okay, so
It
it's
just
required.
verifies the age of your
Okay.
roof, your glazed openings, your windows, your hurricane shutters, and then also your roof to wall connectors.
Now,
Okay.
is that something that, and I know this is just the ignorance of this field for me, but is that something that if you've had a re-roof done, is that something that your insurance company automatically does?
Your insurance company won't typically get involved in connecting the connectors during a re-roof. When you're getting a new roof done, the county now requires a contractor signs off an
Oh, that they've
affidavit
done it, okay.
that the connectors have been updated.
Oh,
So
okay.
there's two different entities here.
But it is required.
It is. So
So-
you have insurance companies requiring wind mitigation reports,
Okay.
and you have, when you get a new roof, you have the
So
counties
not necessarily
requiring.
the bank part.
a
So if
little
someone's
different.
doing
Right.
cash, they may not know the importance of doing this because it will protect their structure.
Correct, and a lot of times people are buying a home and then they go to get insurance on the property and they find out the hard way that they don't have the roof to wall connectors up to date,
Yeah.
and the insurance is through the roof.
Yeah, because the bank wouldn't require this, is not as far as I know.
They won't get
And now,
involved.
this is not part of the 4-point inspection?
No.
Okay.
No. 4
So
point.
this is in addition to that? Yeah,
Right.
I would definitely want to have that done in every one of my customers' houses.
Not,
Right.
not for just for safety and peace of mind, brings your house up to code, increases the value of your home. If you ever go to sell it, you're gonna have an issue now if you're not up to code.
Okay.
But again, saving you that money on your homeowners and policy, oftentimes keeping people's insurance, they're gonna lose their policy, they're gonna have to go to Citizens.
Okay.
By updating the roof to wall connectors, we can keep them with their current provider at that rate, and they don't have to make
Well,
a
then
change.
it would make sense, if you have a home that you know that you're getting ready to put on the market,
Yeah.
at some point, you've got a little time to play with, there really should be some prep, and this sounds like this is one of those things, if you're gonna wanna make
Yeah.
sure you've got an inspection done.
I would advise calling Calvin, having Calvin come out and doing a
Start
wind
there.
mitigation report. You're gonna need a full home inspection, which he does as well.
Of course.
4-point if the home is an older home, but definitely the wind mitigation report. It's gonna tell you the age of your roof, it's gonna tell you if you have these roof to wall connectors, and these are gonna be your major savings in your insurance policy.
So what happens if I want to buy a house that's, built in, 1970 that's here? The older inventory, which is here in Port St. Lucie.
Call
and everywhere.
Calvin. If there's a
they-
problem, that's where we step
But
in.
do they require them to get it up to code, was the rest of the question or my thought?
Nobody can. Your home is grandfathered in
Right,
from
that's
when
what
it
I
was
figured.
built.
I wasn't sure if there
even
was
the
something
county
else.
can't require
Okay.
it unless you're getting a new roof.
Right, okay. so
That's when
the
they step
trigger.
in. They will require this to get
Okay,
done.
so no.
Gotcha.
Well, it's a good safety thing, because if it's proven one more additional nail can make a difference for securing a home for a hurricane.
And keep the
it's-
roof
yeah,
intact.
why
A
not
lot
do
of
it?
positive aspects.
Yeah, absolutely.
Lot of-
Yeah, I've never heard that. That's interesting.
And so how long have you done this type of work?
I've been doing this for about 7 years now.
Oh, very good.
All up and down the east coast of Florida. Pretty much
Okay.
from Daytona Beach down to Miami, out west.
Just a small area.
Orlando,
There
Mount
you go. Yeah,
Dora.
just smaller.
Do you do the actual repairs, or then you have another person on your team?
I do the work myself. I'm on every job. I make sure there's a certified contractor on every single job. I do have employees,
Nice.
workers, technicians that will help out on larger projects,
Good.
but I'm personally on every single job.
Oh, fantastic.
Good, well, if it makes a difference safety and with the insurance, especially, the insurance industry, I know there's, it's been in the news last couple of days, they're making changes with Citizens to maybe possibly lower rates. But I know that's, a big issue for everybody.
It's a big issue. not just lowering your insurance, but keeping.
Keeping,
Yeah,
and even
keeping
buying
the
a new
coverage you
house,
have,
but,
Right, yeah.
you know, when
because-
you expect, you know, when you're trying to give someone an estimate what their cost is, you know, insurance was X, but that has gone up so much, same with taxes. So that's another issue in this economy, you know, keeping budgets
Are you part of the My
straight.
Florida Home
You
Program?
know,
Are you part of the My Florida Home
Yeah.
Program?
Yeah.
You should bring that up,
All right, go ahead,
Yeah,
you
go
bring
ahead.
it up.
you know?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right, go ahead.
What was you saying?
Well, I was going to say the state of Florida has actually recognized this issue, and they've actually allocated money and funds
Okay.
to get these problems fixed. It's called the My Florida Home Program. It's actually something Ron DeSantis signed into action last year. There's money available. If you go online, you can apply for a grant.
Okay.
Okay.
Calvin is actually a My Florida Home inspector.
Okay.
So if you go online, you can find him under the My Florida Home Inspectors, have him come out. He'd be happy with the wind mitigation report for you. They cover the price of the wind mitigation report. And then if he finds any deficiencies in your roof-to-wall connectors, or even your glazed openings, your windows, or problems with your roof, you can have money given to you by the state to cover those repairs.
Good, I have someone, because
They
I
give you
can think of that
$2
possibility.
for every $3 spent.
Yeah.
Wow.
We,
Okay.
we actually found that program to be very helpful. And,
Okay.
and so far, all the ones that we have referred out to the program have all qualified for the
Oh, wow.
discounts and for the services.
It's a great program.
It really
I
is.
know, but-
Yeah.
So is that different than, what was the person we had on Shelf, Solar?
Oh,
Yeah, it must
SELF.
be.
It
Yeah,
was SELF.
That's
Yeah.
solar.
Solar Energy Loan Fund
Right,
program.
that's different than, okay, yeah.
Right, yeah.
And they're
to-
still a good program too, as an
Oh, yeah, that's a great
alternative.
program.
Sometimes there are costs in addition to the grant program. Maybe it's not going to cover all the costs that you have, and that's where bringing a company like that in could be a good help too.
Right, exactly.
So would, so if someone did the home inspection, this would really be a negotiating item if they were buying the house and you recommended to upgrade because of the wind mitigation. So then that now becomes another negotiation factor. Because I don't think, I mean, am I mistaken? Are every buyer doing a wind mitigation when they do their 4-point, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
boy, I-
Yeah,
so
the
I
wind
missed it.
mitigation
My
is
mistake.
really the start of everything.
Oh,
And then
sure.
the 4-point, depending on the insurance company, some insurance companies even requiring a 4-point. It used to be where it was older homes, 30 years and older, but we find it now, even homes that are 10 years and older, insurance company asking for the 4-point inspection as well.
Well,
What
they want to
about
make sure they don't
condos?
have shoddy work, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it gives them a good look at the HVA system, the electrical system. You know, it looks at your roof and it looks at your plumbing.
Do you do the same thing for associations, though? If it's a condo or
Condos?
townhouse site?
Correct, yeah,
Yeah.
all homes, condos,
Okay.
townhouses.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter in that
Okay.
area.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good.
Well, we have a lot of information to cover. We always do when Calvin is on. So I'm so thankful that you brought Brian on with you. But we're going to take a short 2-minute break and we will be right back. Are you looking to buy, sell, or lease your commercial property? Do you want to sell your business? Do you need a property manager? The Jeremiah Barron and Company commercial real estate experts have managed over $1 billion in commercial real estate transactions. Our agents focus on each client's specific needs to deliver results. For more information, visit treasurecoastcommercialrealestate.com. Located in St. Lucie West, Barron Academy is a private school that caters to students with autism and other unique needs. Barron Academy hosts grades K to 8, offering paced lessons and smaller class sizes guided by a passionate team of experienced educators. Curriculums are tailored to each student's abilities, which builds confidence while nurturing learning. For more information, visit exceptionalacademymypsl.com.
Welcome back, everyone. I am Rebecca from the Bucket List Show. And just a reminder, we created this show so everybody could fill their bucket list. Our goal was to serve you so you could have an abundant life, and that looks different for everybody. On my bucket list is Hawaii. For Tammy, it could be...
It's a Christmas market.
It's Christmas market. Maybe someone wants to, hike a huge mountain. So it's different. So today we have Kelvin and Brian with us. We are talking about home inspection, wind mitigation, and we just want to step back and clarify something that we said. So if you are buying a condo and you want to do an inspection, like a 4-point inspection or home inspection, is the wind mitigation part of it, or is that part of the HOA?
They're all separate inspections
Okay.
done by a home inspector.
Okay.
I had
Okay,
misspoke before. I
perfect.
apologize.
Okay, perfect. So, some of that information, it sounds like you'll get it from the HOA because they're obviously have the umbrella on all of it. But regardless, you want to make sure you are checking wind mitigation because it sounds like it's a big difference.
Right.
For an example, if I buy a home that was built prior to 2003, just by having a wind mitigation and they add the straps, that could become a health and safety factor, but then it could also be a savings towards the
Absolutely.
insurance. So it doesn't matter if you're in Florida or anywhere in the country, these are things that you need to do to protect your home. So if you're in the north or if you're in California, obviously our weather is very different, so I think, we need to try to help ourselves, and that's why we want to share the information. Obviously, it was new for me today, so,
Well, and this is all about, you mentioned as you led in to our second half of the show, is that we're doing this to enhance the lives of people.
Yeah,
And so this
absolutely.
information that we're providing, maybe things that you're not fully aware, could be a huge help to you, not just from the sake of information and understanding how you can better protect your home, but it also can provide a savings to your pocket.
Absolutely.
yeah.
Right.
And insurance is tough all over the country, especially with, we're having so many weather issues. If you believe in climate control or not, obviously there's, something going on. So these inspections are important. So you're going to recommend when Brian needs to jump in.
Right, exactly. And it's going to be based on me coming out and give it an evaluation or doing a wind mitigation inspection.
So are you seeing that a lot of the properties you need to have a wind mitigation repair? Or is it just an
Right.
inspection?
Yeah, we do, because of the fact that we do inspections all over the state of Florida. So
Right.
we definitely see homes just about every day
Right.
where there's a need for Brian to come in and to give a person an estimate and, of course, upgrade
Fix
that.
it.
Yeah, and take care of that.
My advice to customers too, when they reach out to me, I always tell them to call their insurance company and find out if there is a financial incentive, some kind of monetary discount off of their
Okay.
policy
Yeah,
before they
that
jump
makes
into
sense.
this. It does give you peace of mind. It does make your roof safer. But if there's no incentive on your insurance to do it, there's not maybe necessarily a rush to get it done.
Right.
But
How much would it normally cost?
every customer I've done this
I
for
know
has
it.
saved money. So,
yeah, so
I can't
it's-
guarantee savings. You
No,
have
I
to call
meant
your
like to
insurance.
do the inspection and then the actual repair. I know it just generalized maybe, or if it's something that you can't comment on, that's fine. too.
Calvin will do the wind mitigation report. If we
Okay.
come out, we'll come out and we'll do the work. We
You'll
actually
do the
include
repair.
a new wind mitigation report once we've finished.
Okay. And that could go to the insurance company.
Correct, and that will then be sent to the insurance company.
Good.
So once we come out and we do the work, you don't actually have to go out and get a new report. We're going to complete the work. Calvin's going to come back out. He's going to check everything. He's going to sign off a new report for you,
Okay.
and he's going to get you that new
Oh,
report.
good. See, you get to be safe, save money all at one time. It's a lot of information. So, for me, obviously, for some reason, that part was new. So in Connecticut, I'm sure they offer that, but we don't necessarily have hurricanes. So,
Yeah.
and now there's like 5 brewing out here somewheres, right? So
That's
Yeah.
true.
we'll have to do it eventually.
Exactly. Now, Brian, the cost for the average home in Port St. Lucie, of course, varies, but do we have a kind of like almost a bottom base starting price?
Yes, simple homes, gable end homes, we start typically around $695.
Okay.
These customers find a savings usually of $1,000 to $2,000 a year off their
Nice.
policy.
Okay.
At that point, it's worth getting the work done.
So-
Larger homes can reach $1,000, but these larger homes are typically saving $1,500, $2,000.
Okay. So beside,
policy.
someone gets the new roof, they get the new benefit on the insurance, this could even add it. So, every customer, if they do at least not buy them, but they do a new roof, they should actually add this inspection, similar to what Kelvin, you said in the past, because you want those benefits
Right.
from the insurance to save money.
If you're getting a new roof and you don't have a current wind mitigation inspection report, I highly suggest having Calvin
Okay.
come out and checking your roof to
That
wall
was what I was
connectors.
trying to get.
The problem is if you have an issue, like we mentioned, sometimes the straps don't qualify because they're not tight to the truss, and those need to be replaced. If you have vaulted ceilings, or depending on how your home is built, you can only do that when you get a new roof. So you have a window of opportunity when they take off your old roof that we can go through the sheathing,
Right, that makes sense
the
then.
roof material, and correct the straps, and then they put the new roof on.
Okay.
So if you're getting a new roof, you have a window of opportunity to correct this. If you're unaware of it, you don't have a current wind mitigation report, it's worth spending the $100 getting a wind mitigation report.
And probably the town or the city would have made them upgrade to get to code anyway, right? 'Cause
Correct.
now it triggered that they weren't grandfathered.
If your home is worth more than $300,000 and you
Okay.
pull a permit for a roof, then they're going to require that you show documentation that the roof-to-wall connectors are up to
Okay.
date.
Oh, very good.
Neat.
Yep.
That's good. Perfect.
So
we're
I
good.
know that, we bring this show out, we've talked about the things that we need to do for WinMit, but I want to, on a personal level,
Yeah, let's switch
let's
it.
talk a little bit about what's on your bucket list, Calvin.
Okay. All right. Well, probably traveling, doing some more traveling.
Traveling?
Yeah, doing some more traveling. I got wanted to get an RV and
Oh,
I
very
know,
Yeah.
nice.
That would be so
Yeah.
nice.
and
too.
just explore that for about a week or so and go go wherever
Oh, sure.
and stuff. But definitely, because that was something that I was always looking into anyway, purchasing.
Yeah,
So
that
definitely.
would be fun. I
Yeah,
think that too.
right. Yeah, yeah.
What about you, Brian? What's on your list?
Just seeing my 2 boys through the age of 18.
Hey,
Yeah.
I think if they're
Surviving.
9/11, but if they could get through girls and then driving, and
Oh,
they can walk with the Lord until they leave my side, that would be a blessing.
hey,
So
go-
You're gonna, every year
We're
you're going to
trying.
change that number. 18, 22.
They might not move out at 18. We're
Yeah.
working.
My 27-year-old is with me, but he's such a blessing.
I
the
wish
way
they'd
he
never
helps
leave,
me. Oh well,
honestly.
I'm the same way.
They could live with
I
me
would
forever.
buy a big farmhouse and every kid would have their wing, and I mean I
Yeah.
don't know why this. I don't understand people that want to push them out.
I'll have to start adopting animals once the kids grow
No,
up.
I won't do that. I'll just adopt
Hey,
someone
listen, I
else's
would
kids.
be happy with the compound idea.
I love that idea.
Where you have like
We're meant to be together
multiple
with the people we
acres
love.
and
Our
they could
villages
live
are not
there,
as
this
big as
could
we
live there,
think.
and someone else could live,
Yeah.
Right.
you're
No, I
close
like that
enough to
idea.
you, but not right on top of each other. And
Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
Yeah. I have a village. We've
Yeah.
talked. I have a village at
I
home,
love
and
my
so does.
village, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I do too.
But
I
so
do too.
besides that, okay, so the kids are 18, they're happy.
Yeah,
Brian, what's on your bucket list?
retirement.
No, you got to do more.
Now, is there something specific? Like I've had people that, and I've joked about this. I'll say, I would be happy. I could sit on my patio in a rocking chair for about 5 minutes.
Yeah, yeah.
So there's other things that I might want to do, and it doesn't have to be, crazy traveling across the world unless that's something that you want to do. So is there something that you've thought about that you would like to do?
We live in paradise, palm trees and
I
sunshine. I go to the beach with
know.
these boys
It's a vacation
3 days
every
a
day,
week.
isn't
I
it?
mean, honestly,
So to
I'm
spend
so
more time
happy.
at the
Honestly,
beach.
I'm blessed. I can't.
Yeah, listen.
I'm not a traveler.
Yeah. and
I like
listen,
working.
The bucket list
Not
could be
forever.
simple that, you want to finish this book. I don't have an extravagant bucket list. I am just grateful
like to
every
get-
day. But the premise behind it is that we all maintain a to-do list and we know what has to be done at the house and the kids have to go here. But we have to breathe and just, and just relax and enjoy life,
Absolutely.
And I think for me, at least, a lot of it changed with COVID, but we do forget about us last. So the bucket list was our reminder.
Okay.
It doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to use it, but maybe it's my reminder that I really do need to get out and walk, or Tammy and I, we're going to try the paddle boarding.
Yes, we
That'll
are.
be a fun blooper show, but those are things, that's what we're referring to. But
Yeah,
listen,
we'll have to have some
Yeah,
days.
yeah. I had to think about that.
the simplicity, but you're enjoying your son, your children,
Yeah,
the
life
beach,
is
and
life
yeah,
is
I
good.
love the beach here.
And
We
it's
are,
fleeting. It goes by very, very quickly.
It goes by quick.
Well, we have talked about so many fun things, and we appreciate you so much, Calvin,
Yeah,
and
thank you
thank
very
you,
much.
Brian, for joining us on the show
Absolutely.
today. Wonderful, valuable information and things that you need to consider when you're
Yeah.
going to buy a home, whether it's fairly new or it's been got some age on it. So, I just want to make sure that people have a way to reach out to you. So, how do
Right.
they do that,
All
Calvin?
right. Well, we have a website, and so it's www.visitahomeinspection.com, and then also you can reach me by 772-224-5655.
All right, and then what about you, Brian?
We also have a website. Our website is windmitigationretrofit.com, and you can reach me by phone at 561-339-9960.
All right, well, then I think this session is a wrap.
then we're good.
huh?
So be kind,
good.
everybody. We'll set all the information up on our YouTube and our Facebook, so join us next week.
We'll see you soon.
Thanks.
Take care.
Thank you.